Shah, nice session just now for you bowling. I learned a lot from you.
Yes.
But actually, regarding spinners, I got a lot of questions to ask you.
Okay.
You know, for spinners, right? You just now I see you throwing like that.
Yes, correct.
I've always had this question whereby if you do it once, maybe not so pain. So if you imagine you doing it for 6 games,
Alright.
will it actually hurt your wrist?
This is one of the misconceptions, okay, that a lot of other bowlers think about spinners, because when we do the wrist, right, we might think that it's hurt your wrist, but actually it doesn't. If you do it properly, then it doesn't hurt your wrist. Same like you play hoop, if you do it properly, also you can injure your fingers and all that. So you must do it the correct way. So that's why if you see my videos, then you can see how I teach the proper technique. So if you do the proper technique, then because I play spinner for over 15 years, I have never injured my wrist before.
Fingers, yes lah.
Fingers also only if I force it. So if I want to force it, then maybe a bit of pain, but it just cure within few days. Yeah, but other than that, if you're talking about the wrist, doesn't have any pain because I do it properly.
I see.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to invite me to your house?
Come. Okay, let's go to the house first. Okay.
Hello. Wow, got 2 glasses ready for us already.
Of course. Yeah. One for you, one for you. Sit there.
Okay. Anyway,
Anyone can continue to ask. Yes.
This year, right? Usually, spinner, right? I see just now you moving like that, right? I mean, like you move it correctly. But then, if I were to actually hold, right, as a beginner, I would tend to be like I don't know where to move. So they always say that spinners, right? Their footwork, right? It's just they anyhow just go to the front and that's true. So do you have anything to comment about the footwork?
Okay, because as you can see some of the videos, the way they stand, it's the way they approach the lane, and the way they the ending especially is a bit messy if you see some of them. So but my video shows that the footwork and the ending should be like graceful like swan, you know, like martial art. You know, so the way you end, it must be like a swan. So it must very smooth. So the ending, so must always the same like the hook also. As if you see the hook player, the ending is they lift up the legs, and some of them they cross like the legs right at the back. So the same technique also for spinner. If you do it correctly, when the ending approach, you shouldn't be you know, just like that and like that. Ending should be like a swan, pointing up and maintain that position like a swan. You can see in my videos. So I show them.
It's a very grateful, like Iwan, they call it the Iwan.
Right. So if you do it properly, it's actually very graceful, like a woman, like yeah.
Oh, I see.
So that's why you can see most of our last time our Singapore players, the women usually play this style because it's very ladylike. Yeah, it's very smooth. So that is the correct way, not the one that you can see some of the videos they like that. So because they are learning, they are just learning the way they spin.
But once you get the hang of it,
you can see that the way you throw is very smooth, with style. So that is actually one of the misconceptions that they think that spinner technique is very messy, but actually no, it's very beautiful. The ending artwork, the footwork is very beautiful as well. So yeah,
I think our drink we'll finish already, May I know where to actually refill this?
Yeah,
I'll just help myself.
Yeah, I also have to refill. Okay.
Okay, so right, like what I told you is I have a lot of questions to ask, right?
Okay.
So the next question I would like to ask, right, is that you're on is it?
Brighter.
Yes, brighter makes you think brighter. Yeah. Okay, so one question I would like to ask. Is it actually possible for you to get a perfect 300? Because usually what I see, right, is that all the PBA people, right, they are. You close back the light, is it?
I think
it's not nice, the light. I think this is the best light,
Yeah. Let me see. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Yeah.
So okay, 300. is it possible to actually get 300 by using the spinner, or is it a spinner a not consistent technique whereby it's actually impossible for you to get 300?
Okay, spinner is definitely possible to get 300. I think there's some videos showing that they have gotten 300 using spinner technique. Even I myself, even I myself have done got 300. See, so it's possible and it's not that difficult. You just need to be consistent. Same as other techniques as well. Same as other hook technique. You just need to be consistent. Follow the technique. Point and make sure your footwork is correct. Then you must act like a machine. Like a machine. The Earl machine. They got the Earl machine, the hook.
Oh, they going for this,
yes.
Right?
So that machine, if you can act like a machine, throwing the same amount of spinner, the way you spin it correctly, maintain and consistent, you should be able to get 300. Yeah, but of course, it's quite difficult because compared to hook, because hook you just need to there's one move, but spin you need to
turn.
Yes, correct. So the amount of time need to take for you to consistency is a bit long, but it's worth the while. I mean, if you do it correctly, you won't hurt your wrist, and maybe one day you can get 300 like me.
So congratulations on getting your 300. I hope to reach that one soon.
So no problem.
Okay.
So any more questions that you want to ask?
Before that, should we take a seat first?
Come. Let's sit here.
I don't know.
Drink is nice even though it's plain water.
It's your house, but I'm the one who keep mentioning to you like where we should sit.
Yeah.
Very nice so far. So okay, the next question I would like to ask is actually I see when you throw is actually there's I don't know the difference between you throwing a straight ball other than it spinning, of course. But then from the motion of it, it's like going through the same as a straight ball. So I want to know what's the differences between a straight ball and also a spinner.
Okay, the spinner, the most prominent differences is that the spinner, when it hits the pin, the head pin, it will create a deflection. The spinner or the head pin will spin that way. Because you see the ball spin, right? So when the ball spins, so the thing will quickly spin like this.
It's like a tornado.
Yes, correct. So you create hit other pins as well. So you create a lot of deflection and a lot of pin reaction. Okay, compared to a straight ball, the ball spin like this, rotation. So when the ball hit, the pin will go straight downwards. So everything will fall that way. So there's no deflection of the pin. So that's why some of the pins, if you play straight ball, you should know that sometimes you leave one pin behind, two pins.
Especially the worst one.
Especially at the side or one split, right? Because why you play straight ball? So the ball all go forward instead of turning to the left and spin. That's why sometimes when you play spinner, if you notice, even if I hit on the side, even at the side of the head pin without hitting the pocket, this way, right? But even I hit a bit, you can even get a strike because of the deflection. So the pin will quickly hit all other pins. So that's the beauty of spinner. I love spinner because of that deflection effect. So even if you hit a bit, you can even hit a bit only, you can even get a chance to get a strike. So it's beautiful. So compared to hook, you need to get that real good pocket. So you need that higher accuracy. But for spinner, you just hit a bit, and you can see a lot of deflection around the pins. So of course, provided that you spin it correctly. The correct angle and the axis. So that's why we want to, the moment when the ball comes, we need to have a bit of backup. So there's a bit of angle and pocket on there.
So you can go in and
yes, correct. So that's the difference between spinner and strike is totally different. So that's the misconception that the spinner is about the same as strike, even though it goes straight. But some of them will go from the left side. Some of them will throw spinner on the left side of the lane, and they go in like this So they go in this way. Some of them will throw from the right. So you can see some of my video have shown that we are different type of spinner, right? So right lane spinner and left lane spinner. So So that's the difference. So straight is just very straightforward. You just go straight, throw straight in the middle lane.
Oh, but spinner have their own methods of getting the strike lah.
Yes.
So, why not you show me your tour of your house?
Okay.
So yeah.
So,
okay. I think.
Yes. Well, the place where I do my videos. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, got prepared seat for me already, yeah.
Yes.
So right, I think. Oh yeah, I watched a lot of PBA videos.
Okay.
PBA, all those Jason Belmonte, all this guy. But I've never seen a spinner doing a PBA.
Doing the PBA.
Yeah, spinner doing a PBA. Is it? They call it illegal technique. Is it because spinner is an illegal technique?
Yeah, some of them also. You can see some of the comments saying that spinner technique is illegal.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. It's illegal because we have seen many of our Singapore players last time have used spinner technique to compete in the games. So in the bowling international bowling competition. So there are many other bowling competitions which allow spinner technique to compete in their lanes lah. So I don't think that the throwing is illegal unless you learn the wrong technique and go over the foul line. So I feel spinner technique is one of the best technique to fight against hook players and also straight lah. And nowadays we have the new technique called the two-handed, right?
Yeah, the one from Jason.
Actually not new, but it's been like popularized.
By
So this is one of good techniques, because of the revolution is very high. So that's why they can create more pin action.
But I still remember the two-handed technique was actually called the unorthodox technique.
Yes, correct.
Look at where it has become, right?
Yeah,
right
because
now.
during last time, before it was made famous, a lot of people say that they don't like two hands because they say it's like a bit of cheating involved. Yeah, because you're using two hands like a baby, right? But it's actually quite difficult to. If you had tried to do the two-handed, right? It's not that easy. I mean, it's easy, but to be consistent is quite tough also. Yeah, because requires more revolution and a lot of techniques involved, a lot of factors involved. So same like spinner as well. There's a lot of factors, but through practice and through a lot of games,
you can perfect the
2000 games, right? 2000 games, right? So you need to play at least 2000 games before you can at least get a score of 190 and above. Yeah. So these are some of the misconceptions that I know about spinners.
Yeah, I see. I learned a lot from you today. Thank you for answering all my questions. So I hope one day that I will be able to get that 300 also and make it.
One day we will. I can train you.
Yeah. So to our 300 scores perfect every time.
Cheers. Yes. Cheers.